Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth. Doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you want to be a bird.
So someone requested recently on one of the videos, they wanted pancake swap. Now pancake swap, number one thing you got to understand, pancake swap is on Binance Smart Chain, as you can see here. So what you need to do, you need to have Binance connected to one of these. So you need to have Binance in there, Binance Smart Chain connected. So for example, I've got my MetaMask connected. My wallet address, as you can see, just shows up here. I'm not going to show you my address. And it will pick up if you got, so this wallet doesn't have any Binance in there. So once you do, you can come in and you've got multiple stuff that you can do. So you can go to the exchange and you can swap different things, right? So here you can swap different things if you want. You can provide liquidity, so you can add or remove liquidity. So this is your liquidity. You could add liquidity. You can choose multiple types of currencies that you want to basically go in and provide liquidity for, right? This is liquidity pool migration. V1 is no longer supported, so V2. So this is liquidity pool, whatever they have, right? So this is the liquidity pool one. In the farms, what you can do is you can go and lock a certain amount. So for example, if we go stake only, currently nothing, right? So stake liquidity pool tokens to earn. So you can stake it and earn XYZ. So for example, this is your percentage, whatever it is, right? You can earn XYZ, all of that stuff here. In the, what is this? This is pools, right? Yeah, so this is just pools as well. So here you can have multiple stuff. Let's have a look. Is there anything there? No, again, some issues here. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, you can go in. Normally this is what you do. You go in, you see this percentage, you lock your token and you earn some money basically, and whatever, right? You can enable pool, do whatever. So there's so many different stuff there, and you can create your own pool. Remember when we went to the pools, liquidity, we provided our own pool. So remember here, you can create your own pool as well. It's not an issue, and then you just basically share that with people and do whatnot. Don't know what the prediction is, don't know what this is. Now this is something new that they've just launched, which is NFT. So you can go here and there are some clearly some collectibles that they've got, and yeah, you can go probably buy some of this or whatever, or trade some of this in some form. So this is the kind of stuff you'll be able to do. But on the home you can see what they've got, and most importantly this is what you get to look at. So currently they have approximately it looks like about 8 billion locked in total value, locked in multiple assets. That's what they've got. Total cake supply, they got 179 million cake in there. Total cake burned, this is what it is. So this is what I like. When you see cake being burned, I really love that. That means that it's kind of slightly deflationary, right? And this is what they're saying. In some farms you can earn up to this much, right? So it's risky. Remember, these protocols, right? They are decentralized. There's nobody controlling it. So if you go in and you do something, you make a mistake or anything, there's no one there to look after you, right? You're on your own. When you do this, it's the wild, wild west. You're completely on your own. Any action you take, whatever you do, you're gonna have issues there. So for example, this is Cake versus Binance. Let's have a look and see what we've got on. Let's have a look at, so 58. Let's see if we can find a big one here. Some of these, they will promise you some serious amounts. So it's very similar to, what do you call this? SushiSwap and what's the other one? Uniswap. Those guys, they work on Ethereum. It's the same protocol, same thing, except this one is working slightly cheaper. That's all it is. But yeah, these are the pairs anyway. You can go and provide liquidity. As you can see, some of them on the top here, I saw some of them with good decent amount of APR, right? This one here, 260% APR, right? They got 4 million in liquidity. Something about a multiplier. So the multiplier represents the amount of cake reward each farm gets. So each farm will get a certain amount of cake as well. So this is what's going on. This one seems to be the best one actually. Cake and BNB, the multiplier is 40. That's ridiculous, right? You get 40 cake per block. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, this is pretty much basic, right? This is what it is. You got to choose, like, you know, what you want to do once you go there. After you've connected your wallet, so remember your wallet, MetaMask or whatever you put in, right? Once you've connected your wallet, from that point onwards, anything's in your wallet will be moved over here and pay whatever fee and you can get it. It's connected to your wallet address, so it's yours, right? The ID is yours, so that's the best part about it. So yeah, that's that. Now I'm going to move over to some other stuff that somebody was asking recently, right? So where is it? Let's have a look. Is it this one? No, this one. Sorry, I haven't changed my. So this is Ethereum, right? So what I want to show you here is quite fascinating, actually. So you see on Ethereum, I left the trend line, right? I left the trend line, and what we've got now is actually another kind of a funny trend line forming, right? And I want to show you this, what I'm trying to say. So you see this here to here, all right? Let's just do it this way. This is actually a shorter trend line. Quite funnily, this has become a shorter trend line as long as we've got touch points. We don't, so this wouldn't be it, right? So I'm just looking for that trend line to see where the trend line meets. This looks more like it, right? So this looks more like the new current trend. Also today, as you can see, it is kind of actually bouncing on that trend line. So this seems to be forming a brand new trend line. Same thing is happening on BTC as well. And as you can see, I mean, we've got very little resistance here. If we just break above it and go into these zones, I think we'll be solid. But right now, it looks more like we're going to have this one more moment where we're going to have a nice little dip. The dip could come as low as these prices here. So we're just going to wait for it. Have to see what happens actually on that one. I mentioned to a lot of other people that how BTC is doing certain things that normally we don't see. This is the chart from the other day. Let me see if I can find this. Is it right? So this is a chart I wanted to show you. Now on this one, something actually compared to Ethereum is actually a lot better. What I saw. So this is what I saw. My bad. This is what I saw. Right. This another trend forming. So you see this trend here. So it's from here to here to here, and if I adjust it, you can see this trend is holding, right? So there's a new trend line formed here, all right? It's a shorter upward momentum trend line, and this seems to be where we are rejecting. So if we do hold this, then the drawing I did the other day, which I was showing to you, where I was kind of showing this to you, and this did happen. And I said it might go here, and come down here and then shoot up or whatever, right? We're going to have something like this. We're currently looking at this particular trend. What we see is this doing this pattern here, and it's actually holding this. Now, if this is holding, then this is the pattern we might actually end up seeing on a breakup going upside. But remember, we've got too many close points here, right, where we're touching this particular trend line. Which has a high probability of actually breaking at any one point. So anytime it could actually break down and come back here, bounce. If it can't hold support here, worst case scenario, it might come down here before it decides to move. So this would give us a lovely little buy zone, but we just got to be kind of careful what we do right now. So that, you know, my warnings are still the same, guys. If you haven't bought anything, don't FOMO, and if you are planning to buy for 5 years, then you're fine, right? Anybody who's buying for 5 years, it doesn't matter what price you buy BTC, you'll be all right. So kind of a little short one. Also tonight, I'm not doing any long stuff today, but I'm going to be quite busy. I'm in a meeting today. I'll see if anyone, if the people allow me to record it. If they do, you know what? I might even live stream it, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I might live stream it, or I might just pre-record it, do a few edits here and there, and then release it. But yeah, it will be a nice little educational meeting where I'm being asked many questions, and so I'm going to be answering it for a group of people, all the questions, and probably do some live charts and live trades with them as well, and see where we go from there. So yeah, this is just a little short update, just kind of answering the brother's question. He said we're touching that trend line. So you know, this particular support he was mentioning is like we're constantly touching that, and this is what I was mentioning. I said on the previous video, I said they're playing with us. They're not going above this, but they're keeping it just barely above, right? And also, if you look at the market cap, what I'm trying to show you here, watch this, right? So this is the fresh market cap. Obviously there's more scams, forget that. This is holding intact, nothing wrong with that. This is holding intact. But look at this, 82 billion, right? Ignore this, ignore this. This is what discount we're getting right now. But look at this 24-hour volume. Look at this, it's pathetic, right? And it gets even more crazy, right, when you look at other stuff. For example, if you go into the volume itself, right, and you start looking at where the volume is, right? So this is where the volume is. These are the volume. Look, 2 billion, like almost 7% of the total volume is actually on Binance right now, and Binance currently has only 2 billion volume. Liquidity is increased a little bit more, so clearly more people are putting money in there, which is okay, right? But we're just not seeing the buy and sell. So if you look at daily, right, you can see that the actual daily candle that we had for the past 2 days was very, very bearish. And this is, again, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like when you look at it, it's like, you know, what's going on? You know, this is like pure total control. I mean, we've never seen anything that can actually hold, right, something like this, like in a straight line. It's rare, very rare to see something. Maybe you would have seen, like, you know, 6 hour or 8 hours, which are usually trading hours for specific regions in the country or in the world. So you would see that. That's fine. I mean, they could have an issue or they might not trade. Some country decided not to trade, whatever. That's easily doable, right? But when you see this happening, this means globally, right, this 48 hours, 12 bars, right, or to show you better actually here, right, this represents global, right? Yeah, this represents global. So this is what you see. This is global from 2 days. Globally, nobody decided to trade anything, right? So I hope this kind of makes sense. This is how nuts it is. This is why I'm very fascinated, because it's the first time I've seen anything. I have seen 8-9 hours before, as I said. I've seen 8-9 hours, not an issue, right? That's a trading floor, trading time, which is easy. But 2 days, no, I haven't seen that before. So volume seems to be picking up. If the volume is picking up, and we do have a lovely little trending upwards, so this seems to be trending upwards. Let's see if this can hold. As long as this volume can hold, we should be okay. And I think this week we might see a little bit more action trying to push towards this side, because remember, this is still valid, this is still valid, and if I draw another shape, which is this, right, is still valid too. So either up or down is still valid, but this is what you got to see. We've got two different trend lines right now. This is where you need to zoom in and see that, okay, there's two specific trend lines here. The volume is now coming back in, so let's see what happens, and then we move on from there. Thank you very much, guys. Adios amigos.